Good afternoon. Welcome to the American Legion Northwest Regional Championship at Harry and David Field. Our 6 p.m. matchup features your Road Credit Union Medford Mustangs and the Tiger Barbers. Let us get to the participants of our contest.
Hello and welcome to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Championships here at Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. The Road Credit Union Medford Mustangs are your host for the 18 field. Coverage today is being provided by Table Rock Sports. I am Joseph, right alongside my color man for this game, Jim McCoy, and our cameraman to our left, Mikkel. We welcome you here to Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon, and we bring you to the Road Credit Union pregame show where we are going to cover tournament matchups, preview our upcoming game between the Medford Mustangs and your Tiger Barbers. Your executive producer for today's event is Joe Brett. We're going to step away. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. We'll come back, preview this game, look at some matchups that happened already today, what's coming forward later this evening, and look forward to tomorrow as well. Back right after this, and a word from Lithia Superstore. You are listening to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Championships on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
We welcome you back to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Championships here at Harry and David Field. We are in Medford, Oregon. We thank you for joining us on today's broadcast. We bring you to the Road Credit Union pregame show where we are going to look at this matchup today between the Medford Mustangs and your Tiger Barbers. This is a loser's bracket matchup today between these two teams. The winner will advance to play the winner of this evening's game, which will be Idaho taking on Hawaii. Back to this one, the Mustangs in a must-win game. Must-win game for both of these teams. Have played Tigard a couple of times recently, as Jim McCoy, our color man for this one, has had the opportunity to call. I got to watch one of those ball games, and one wasn't very favorable for Medford, a tough 11-3 loss, but they battled with them for a chance to double them up in the championship game of the state tournament. Took them into extra innings, eventually lost 4-2. Looking to get a little redemption against them here today in a must-win ball game. What are you looking for out of Medford today if they're going to want to walk away with a victory against a team who is coming out here probably a little confident, thinking they got their number?
Well, one of the things that I've seen from the Mustangs during the course of this tournament is that fielding-wise, they've taken pretty good care of themselves. Jake Lewis had a good start against Missoula on Wednesday night, and really the missing ingredient by and large, except for that wipeout victory on Wednesday night, is the hitting has been a little bit quiet throughout much of their tournament play. There are a couple of players that I look at and I say, you know, these are guys that I'm expecting might break out tonight, and it'll be important for them to, when I think about some key weapons on the team, like their leadoff man, Cade Pedersen, or whether you're talking about Sean McFall, who is the second leading hitter on the team. The ability to make contact and try to get some runs up on the board will be important for them. Lewis will get a chance to start tonight. One of the smart things that the Mustang Brain Trust did on Wednesday night is they pulled Jake after 43 pitches. By then, the Mustangs had the game well in hand and went ahead and turned to their bullpen. And so he's fully available this evening. I think it'll just be a matter of he'll go as far as his stamina will take him. So if he can go out and have another good, he's had two good outings of late, one of them against the Barbers. So I think a good outing for him will be very important, as last night Hawaii with another dominant performance as they beat the Mustangs, and they ended up having to use some pitchers in that game last night. So it's right now you would have to think in terms of available arms. They're not as deep as they probably like to be in terms of they can go to. So if Jake can go out and have a good game for Medford, that'll be important for them.
Yeah, we'll touch on that real quick. Jake Lewis, he's a guy that's used to a heavy workload. One of the main guys coming out of South Medford, got a heavy workload through the season when he was healthy. He's a guy that can definitely go deep into a ball game. I saw him multiple times in the season for the Panthers have 12 strikeouts in a ball game. He's a high strikeout guy. I definitely think he's got the stamina to last deep into this ball game if he pitches well. I believe he threw 8 innings against these guys. He went into extra innings, was still able to go out there, had pitches left. He showed Tigard that he's got the stuff to go out there and beat them. He's just going to need the run support. And as you mentioned, Medford, they've got to get the bats going. Mm-hmm. You see the stats here overall from the start of the summer through now. Patro, he's hitting almost 400, 398. McFall's hitting 390, Painter 371, Lewis 364, Snowpole 353, Roundtree 353. You got to get all the way down here to Sickler, who's the first guy under 300. And you take a look at their 2 games from the regional tournament. Well, you've got Patterson, who's getting the job done, hitting 600 in the tournament. Snowpole is hitting 400, and then after that, it has just fallen off the map for the Mustangs. Their bats have not been alive. Easton Douglas is hitting 167, along with his counterparts Keegan Painter and Morgan Austin. After that, you've got 4 guys don't even have a base hit in their first 2 games of this tournament. The on-base percentages are really fluctuating as well. You've got all these guys over 400 throughout the entire year, almost the entire lineup on base percentage over 400. You've only got 1, 2, 3 guys, Sickler and Pedersen, so 5 guys. 5 of your 9 are over 400. After that, it's a really big drop-off.
Yeah.
So we're not drawing the walks that we want to be. We're being a little, I think, first pitch aggressive. So just got to have more patience up there at the plate. Hopefully they'll be able to work some pitch counts against Nakamura, who's going to be on the mound for the Barbers today. But I think that key thing with Lewis being on the mound, he's pretty consistent when he's on the bump. He just needs that run support.
Absolutely. Well, and then when you speak of Nakamura made an appearance. This will be his first pitching appearance in the tournament, and here regionals. At the state tournament, he had a start against Medford, went 5 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, and walked 3, struck out 4. But that was a game where, unfortunately, the Mustangs' defense betrayed them, and so it was a pretty easy outing for Nakamura out of Ridgeview High School. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this evening, and we'll see after about a week of rest from pitching how he fares as he goes up against the Mustangs tonight.
Well, we're just about ready for first pitch, scheduled for 6 o'clock. It's looking like it's going to be just about 6:03 for first pitch here this evening. We take a look at our current weather situation here in the Medford area. 104 degrees currently at first pitch, so a hot one out there this evening in the Medford area. But on a bright note, we've had a really great day as far as the smoke is concerned in the Rogue Valley. It's cleared out. They contained another fire that had popped out yesterday that was bringing some smoke into the ball field in the evening time. So a beautiful evening for baseball here in Southern Oregon. The Mustangs come to the plate as the visitors in this ball game. Tigard will be the home team. And there's, first pitch swinging. They're being aggressive, but I would really like to see the Mustangs be patient at the plate today. See the pitch that they really are comfortable with, force what they want, and go out there and work a pitch count and really attack this Tigard team. It's going to be Patterson, and then McFall, 1, 2, 3 for Medford coming up. We take a look at Tigard defensively. It's going to be, we'll start left to right in the outfield. It's going to be Gabriel Coltman in left. Andrew Haw will be in center field. Out in right field will be Cooper Berta. And at third base, Cal Gradwall. At shortstop, Ryan Hemsley. At second base, it'll be Jaden Trageser. And at first will be Ben Foglio. Behind the plate, catching this evening, Nolan Foglio. And on the bump, as we already mentioned, Raiden Nakamura.
So Patterson, who's been swinging at a hot clip. He had 2 of the Mustangs' 3 hits last night against Hawaii, and then he had a 5 RBI performance in the first round game against Missoula on Wednesday, but he's a quick out there in that situation. And now you go to Sean McFall, and McFall, I think, is one of those top hitters for the Mustangs that I'm looking to see. I think it'll be important if he can find some way to get untracked tonight. He was a little quiet at state, and he's been quiet at regionals.
Hitting almost 400 on the season, but here in the regional tournament, he's hitting 200 even. He's got a 429 on base percentage, so he's being patient at the plate. He's drawn 2 walks. He's 1 for 1 on stolen bases, so he's a guy you want to get on base along with Keegan Painter and Mason Snopel. They've got some speed. He's got a 1-2 count here. Something I've noticed, he's not really been on top of the ball. He's a guy who likes to get out in front early and utilize the left part of the field. A lot of hard hit balls past the third baseman, a lot of hard hit balls down into the left field corner towards the end of the season that we got to see. He went on a nice little tear, some doubles and triples out into the corner. And he's kind of been behind the ball just a little bit. Like to see him get out in front and pull something hard here and get on base. He's got a 2-2 count. Nakamura delivers. That breaking ball is going to miss just inside.
Well, it's good to see him work a good at-bat here, at least 5 pitches so far. And you mentioned he's a good athlete because not only does he have some good alley power, the team leader in extra base hits.
As he draws a walk, that's exactly what you want early in the ball game. You don't necessarily want to go out there early in the game and just start swinging away, get an early ground ball, quick pop-up. Try to see a couple pitches, at least, work a little bit of a count. Even if you go behind 0-2 and you're battling back, make the pitcher work a little bit here at the beginning of the game.
Patro, he's the team leader in RBIs with 43 on the season. Sophomore, he just finished his sophomore year over at Cascade Christian, plays first base, and he can pitch for you as well, and he can really muscle a ball. And
yet to get a hit here in the tournament, there's no time like the present to get your first one. He's going to take a pitch high in the zone there. He's ahead 2-0.
Well, you played the game, and Joseph, when you have hitters who draw more walks than they strike out, that you're in a really good spot. And with this Mustangs team, they have several, including Patro, who are patient hitters and show good plate discipline, and that'll be important in this elimination game.
And you got McFall, who just drew the walk. You've been dealt a 2-0 count. You're probably gonna see a good pitch there, and it wasn't a bad one. But in this situation, you're almost taking until he throws you one. Force that pitch count higher. If that's off the plate a little bit and you've got a 3-0 count, you've really got Nakamura in a tight spot.
Yeah, as far as season production goes, Patro has drawn 10 walks. He struck out 14 times, but again, he's hitting in that 3 spot, and he has done good things with his opportunities in terms of driving in a team-high 43 runs on the year.
2-2 pitch from Nakamura. Patro going to drive it foul and out of play into the overflow parking. And he'll see another 2-2 pitch from Nakamura here.
And I saw McFall take off there, and he is a guy who will run on you. He has 11 steals on the year. I wouldn't say this is a huge base stealing team, the Mustangs, but they have 4 guys in double digits in steals for the year. And again, McFall is one of them.
That one behind Patro. McFall will safely make his way on down to second base. And like that, Medford has a runner in scoring position, and another 3-2 count for a Mustangs batter here in the top of the first inning after 2 quick outs. Now they've worked Nakamura into 16 pitches. 3, 5, 6 here, and 6 for McFall. So they're 2 batters doing their job as Patro draws a walk. And it's first and second for Medford. That'll bring to the plate Easton Douglas.
You talk about plate discipline. Douglas, 31 walks, leads the team on the season. That he's a good on-base percentage type of guy. Also the team leader in games played. He has shown up and answered the bell every game that the Mustangs have played this summer. Of course, Douglas out of South Medford High School, and when I think of Easton Douglas, it brings back memories of Tanner Douglas, who's now matriculating at Oregon State.
Douglas, the left-hander, waiting for the play call from the dugout. Coach John King letting everybody know what's going on here. Douglas in the tournament hitting 167. Hasn't drawn a walk yet in 2 games. He'll take a strike there.
Well, you know, when you get to regionals, now you know you're getting to that point where you're among the best of the best. And I think sometimes, you know, when you go up and you go up against teams from the next level, it's like there's an adjustment period to it. And we'll see how the Mustangs do tonight in terms of adjusting to this level of play here in the tournament. Of course, no stranger to the Barbers.
As Douglas fouls this one off to fall behind 0-2. Nakamura in a good spot here to get out of an early jam with a runner in scoring position in the first. This will be pitch number 20 coming up for Nakamura. As he comes set, looking over to second base. This ball popped up. It's going to get over the top of the net and out of play. Nakamura just keeping an eye on McFall over there. Don't think with 2 outs, though, that he's going to be attempting anything here.
You certainly wouldn't think so at this point. That you got the runners on, and you don't have a whole lot of latitude with 2 out.
Here's the 0-2. Back up the middle, Easton Douglas into center field. Coach is waving him around, and McFall is in, and the Mustangs out in front early over the Portland Barbers. They got a 1-0 lead now, and that'll put Patro now into scoring position. Douglas over at first. He's going to get a pinch runner coming in, and it's going to be none other than pretty much every time pinch runner Ryan McFall.
Sean's little brother, and he can scoot around the bases. He's a good guy to have on. I like that rule that at this level that you get the courtesy runners for the pitchers and catchers and kind of helps speed the game up a little bit.
So Douglas gets on. You'll pretty much see him come out and run 100% of the time, as Austin's going to take high for a ball here.
Austin really hit a hot streak here, a state tournament. And here, though, kind of a tricky hop, but they got through it.
One hopper there to Tregasier, and he is able to get it over to Foglio in time. The Mustangs leave 2 runners stranded, but they score 1 on 1 hit and have an early lead as Jake Lewis and company come out onto the field. You're listening to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Championships on TibleRockSports.net. Back right after this.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back on Table Rock Sports, coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Tournament. Jake Lewis taking the mound for the Mustangs here in a must-win game. Jake Lewis, a high strikeout game. We're looking for a good performance from him today to extend the Mustangs' regional hopes. Lewis in 12 games and 6 starts has thrown 48 innings, given up 51 hits, 28 runs, 22 of those are earned, only 13 walks on 60 strikeouts. So leads the team by a long shot in that category. He's got 5 wins, 1 loss, and a 3.21 ERA.
He's definitely been a bright spot the last couple of weeks, and as you alluded to earlier in the state championship game against these Barbers, that Jake came in and had an outstanding performance. It seems like he's kind of split duties between coming out of the bullpen along with Jetty Robertson and as starting duties, and he's been a real bright spot pitching-wise for Coach King and for Coach Wolf.
Jaden Traeger here. And that looked like a good one from Lewis. But a called ball drives the count 3-1. It'll be Traeger, Hemsley, and Coltman to open things up for the Barbers. And a leadoff walk for this Portland team to open up the ball game. We take a look defensively at the Mustangs, starting left to right. Snopel is out in left. Pedersen is in center. Patterson in right. McFall is at third. Austin is at short. Painter over at second. Patro at first. Easton Douglas is behind the plate. And pitching this evening is Jake Lewis. Lewis going to check on Traeger over at first base.
He got it over there in a hurry. That was a good move.
Breaking ball in for a strike, runs the count 1-1.
And Traeger's are one of those guys, when you think about the classic leadoff man, being that guy who will find any way to get on base, and then he will also be a real disruptor once he gets on board.
Hemsley at the plate, hitting in the 2 spot, hitting .500 in the tournament. He's 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs.
Hit by pitch.
And we're going to have a hit by pitch here. So the first 2 batters aboard for the Barbers. Not the start that Lewis was hoping for, but, you know, sometimes he comes out maybe a little out of control, looking to find the strike zone, and he usually settles down really quick. You might see him come out and have a little bit longer of a first inning than you'd hope for, but, you know, the second, third, and fourth, he comes out and he'll shut you down pretty quickly.
Well, you know, there's just some pitchers like that it takes them a little bit of time to get settled in. And really, if you're the opposition, then you want to try to jump on them early if you possibly can, because you recognize that's going to be your best opportunity. That as the game progresses, as they settle in, and especially if you're a low ball pitcher, a sinker baller or something like that, usually the more the game goes on and your arm is kind of worn in and stuff like that, you're going to get your low strikes going. So it'll be interesting for Lewis, and if you're a Mustangs fan, to see how he works his way through this first inning. It's got to be nice for him to have some wind in his sails with the Mustangs holding the 1-0 lead for the moment.
Getting some early run support has to feel good. Get a little comfortable up there. You know, the first 2 guys get aboard. It's not the worst thing in the world, as Gabriel Coltman, hitting .333 in the tournament through 2 games, comes to the plate. He has a chance to tie this up with a base hit into the outfield. And Lewis hits Coltman.
Well, you know, I was about to talk about how Coleman tore it up at the state tournament. He'd gone 12 for 18 in the tournament, hitting 600, and then we got to see him hit a home run against the Hillsdale Merchants. But I guess that's one way to take the bat out of his hands, but to find yourself in a bases-loaded jam with nobody out, it really takes away a lot of your options and puts the pressure on you.
Yeah, Jake Lewis, not the start he would have hoped for, but, you know, not something you can't get out of here. Get a ground ball, hopefully to one of the corners, make a play at the plate, and then get a pitcher's best friend. Double play can get you out of it. Have a hitter in Nakamura coming to the plate who's not had the best showing so far. He's only 1 for 6 in the regional tournament, so get it over the plate here. Maybe get a strikeout. Get comfortable and work through this. As you know, I've heard a few really good coaches say over the years, getting to be around good baseball, you know, if this isn't your favorite time to pitch as a pitcher, then you don't belong to be out there. Bases loaded, you're in a jam, you better be pumped to be on that mound. You better not be stressed, you better not be worried. Bring your best stuff, go out there and attack them.
Here he comes to the plate.
And I called ball. He's not missing by much when he's over the plate there. Corner's playing in. And Lewis delivers a strike to run the count 1-1. Lewis comes set, delivers the 1-1, and it's going to miss on the outer part of the plate for a ball.
And it looks like where his misses are coming on the sides. With he's a little, obviously having hit 2 batters, he's come inside and missed inside, and then there he's on the missing to the outside.
And another ball there, up and away, runs the count 3-1. Now Lewis needs to throw a strike. And he does, and Nakamura going to foul it off out of play into the parking lot. That'll be an airhead for some young fan here in the stadium as they're passing out candy for foul balls during the tournament.
Hey, I think I maybe want to sign up for that.
Luckily, I've got a youngster down there who might bring me an airhead or two at some point. Nakamura with the ball out into center field. Going back is Pedersen, makes the grab, and that ball from Nakamura will tie the ball game up at 1 with the sac fly.
Well, he gets the first one under his belt, and at least at this point, does no worse than tie it up at 1 apiece. I think for Lewis, it's got to be a confidence builder for him that he's no stranger to this team, that again, you know, as we mentioned earlier, talking about how in the championship game at the state tournament, that he had a good, strong, solid outing against the Barbers, and a game that ended up going to extra innings. Lewis with 8 innings pitched in that game.
First pitch from Lewis in there for a strike to Gradwall. And the Barbers with 1 out, runners on the corners. See if they try to steal here in this situation. Douglas with a good arm. He got 1 yesterday in this same situation. And a swing and a miss from Gradwall makes it 0-2. He had 1 yesterday, threw down. Painter came over, cut it off. He got the ball out in a hurry. They had a pickle in between first, and the Mustangs did a good job to make the play over at third base to end the inning. Another pop fly out into center field. Going back is Pedersen. Makes the grab. It'll be another sac fly RBI for the Barbers, and that'll give them a 2-1 lead. You can see here, though, already after loading the bases, Jake Lewis looks a little bit more composed.
Yes.
You know, those nerves might be coming out a little too pumped, a little too much energy, settling the nerves down. He's breathing a little bit more, taking an extra second, you can see. That's a bouncing ball over the top of the head of Patro. It's going to get out into the corner. That's going to wave around one as Patterson had a tough time gathering the ball over there in the corner. And it's going to be a triple, and that makes it a 3-1 ball game.
Well, if you're the Barbers, this is exactly how you want to get off to a start in this ball game. Mustangs had a productive offensive first inning, and they've more than answered the bell and now stake themselves to a 2-run lead with the possibility for more.
Andrew Ha at the plate, hitting 200 in regionals. We'll take a strike there. Evens the count up 1-1.
He had been throughout much of the state and regional tournament, been hitting in the 2 spot, but Coach Durant making some adjustments to his batting order, and the way Hemsley has been hitting, moving him up to that 2 spot where you want a good bat control guy, has been a good move.
Longtime Barbers coach. He started with the program when the program came to existence, and he's been with them ever since, I believe, 10 years, I want to say.
He started in 2010.
2010, so
16
years, 15,
yeah.
16 years. He's been with them the entire time, played his high school ball at Roosevelt High School and collegiately at Portland State. Took them to a 3rd place showing in the 2025 World Series last year. 523 wins overall. An interesting stat here, which is something that is really hard to do in baseball. He's got a 75% win rate with the Barbers, winning at 3/4 of the time.
Well, that tells you you've got a good program. And they've really had a great run these last 4 seasons. And I think even as this tournament was getting underway, with that 34-5 record, the fewest losses of any team in the tournament, but they breezed right through the state tournament, taking all 5 games that they played, including a pair of wins against these Mustangs.
Nolan Foglio, the catcher for Portland at the plate, has a 2-0 count from Lewis. And Lewis is going to hit him in the back.
Holy cow.
That, again, will load the bases for the Barbers. That's the second hit batter of the inning. We'll get a pinch runner for Portland, as Foglio is their catcher. Coming out to run will be Ryan Fry.
Courtesy runner at first base.
Yeah, it's a rough start for the Mustangs, and had some activity down in the bullpen. That Grady Sickler has been warming up down there.
And number 9's now running. Yep.
Runner at first base is now number 9, Miles Van Doren.
Oh, Miles Van Doren will be your base runner.
Oh, my.
Ryan Fry came out there. Came running. Now it will be Van Doren. Berta, the 9-hitter, at the plate now. As Portland has hit through their lineup here in the first inning. The 0-1 high evens the count. And this one driven down the right field line. Foul out of play. Into the Barbers bullpen down there. A 1-2 count as I hear up here in the box. A lot of people may be thinking that if Lewis can't get the out here, as Sickler came down from the bullpen, this could be the last hitter for Lewis in the first inning if he's not able to get the out. I think they might be right. The way he's struggling here in the first, couple of hit batters and some walks. That ball in the dirt, they're going to say he went. Douglas makes the tag, and that'll do it.
Oh boy.
Portland puts up 3 on 1 hit. Here in the bottom of the first inning, they've got a 3-1 lead. Mustangs coming to the plate when we return.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Throwing 43 pitches 2 days ago took more out of him than we thought. Or at least than they thought.
Back on Table Rock Sports with coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Tournament here in Medford, Oregon. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming to the plate for Medford. It'll be Snopel, Sickler, and Painter.
Snopel out of Crater High School. He has had another one of those players that actually has been hot in tournament play, coming in with a 353 average.
And he's stayed hot here in the regional tournament, hitting .400 with a .571 on base percentage, 2 for 5 at the plate, 1 run, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks to 1 strikeout. Takes first pitch ball from Nakamura. And a ground ball. Traeger over to Foglio. And there's one away. That'll bring to the plate now Grady Sickler.
Hitting eighth, the designated hitter, number 8, Grady Sickler.
He is the DH for Medford. You don't see the Mustangs hit their pitchers very often.
Well, and speaking of pitching, that Sickler is a player that you'll see him pitch some. He'll hit in that DH spot. Back in the day, he used to catch, but I think his catching days are pretty well over, and he can play third, play the outfield, wherever you need him.
Gotta have a few of those utility guys on every team. Kind of what I did there. My high school days of playing baseball. I caught when I needed to, a little bit more than I would have wanted to. I played the outfield, a little bit of first base. I pitched. Sickler gets one past the glove of Foglio. And it's a 1-out single.
Yeah, I know.
Drop that in underneath. The mid of Foglio. Foglio, I thought, might be a guy that we might see pitch today in that state championship matchup at the state tournament. Foglio had an outstanding outing in his duel against Lewis in that game, and a left-handed pitcher. A lot of trouble for Mustang hitters.
Now to the plate will be Keegan Painter. Painter moved down to the 9 spot late in the season. He was hitting up towards the top for a while. It was an interesting decision as he's one of the better hitters on this team. Only Patro and McFall with a better batting average than him. Leads the team in on-base percentage on the season. So he's got one of the best batting averages, one of the best on-base percentages, but he's in the position where he's getting possibly the least amount of opportunities.
Right. Well, it's interesting to look at it. Yeah, 89 at-bats, and you compare that to McFall that has 136. And as far as walks go, he's right up there. He's third on the team in walks. So that, of course, in terms of the official at-bats, drives that down a little bit. But I think what you do, for one thing, it tells you, if you got him in your number 9 spot, you got a good hitting team. Secondly, I think there will be a lot of times where if you got a good contact-like hitter in the 9th spot, that provides an RBI opportunity for one of your power bats in the form of Pedersen when you turn to the top of the order.
1-2 now for Painter, and he's going to foul one off. Oh, chopper into coach's hands down the third baseline.
And I guess somebody has to hit 9th, right?
Yeah, somebody does have to do it.
And again, if he's your number 9, I'll take that as my number 9 hitter anytime.
Yeah, any day of the week. I mean, this is a pretty good hitting baseball team in the Mustangs across the board. Painter down the right field line. It's tailing foul into the net, protecting the berm.
He was going to get promoted to Visalia. Okay.
So 1-2 now to Keegan Painter.
We had 2 long season teams, one in Yesto and one in Visalia.
And he's going to foul another one off.
You notice he's hitting everything off to the right, and it seems like we've seen a lot of that. Do you think it maybe suggests that that the Mustang hitters are a little bit late?
Yeah, their hands look like they're coming through a little late right now. You see him getting to contact here, where the hands are kind of lagging behind just a little bit. Painter, a guy who will hit a lot of balls back up the middle. See if he can get on top of one here and do that.
Well, none other than the great Warren Spahn, the pitcher, said, the deal with baseball is hitting is timing. Pitching is messing up that timing. And that looks like that might be the case where Nakamura is concerned. And I think that's so many times when you go, say if you're making a substitution, that you'll go from a fireballer as a starter and maybe go to an off-speed pitcher after him.
And another foul ball here from Painter.
And mom goes, why Visalia?
But one of the good things that Painter is doing here is he is working a deep at-bat here, trying to get Nakamura to throw pitches. And obviously, with a team that can hit like the Mustangs, they're by no means out of it.
Throw back to first. Sickler. Back in plenty of time over there.
I always hold my breath a little bit when the pitcher throws over to first. Too many times you end up seeing those sail into
a big
your
league
dugout.
Big league take there from Painter. And Nakamura, you can tell he is trying to do a good job of mixing things up as far as the timing goes here. I've counted out the last 5 pitches. They've all had a good diversity to them. As Painter will take a breaking ball for strike 3. That pitch there was on a 5 count. The one before was on a 7. The one before that was 11. And these are just, fast, quick counts, not total seconds. The pitch before 11 was at 9. So he's definitely, working at a different pace.
Well, now you got somebody up in the form of Pedersen who can flat out, with one swing of the bat, who can tie the game up for you. But here again, we're talking about a guy that in the state tournament, 3 out of 16 hitting, and then looking at his performance thus far hitting-wise in this tournament, he's been getting on base, but he hasn't at a 500 clip, but he has yet to get a base hit.
Over the Mustangs' last 6 games, he's definitely had his struggles at the plate. Still getting on base, as you mentioned, but really looking to get the bat going. Swings over the top of that one, and we got a 1-1 count. That was pitch 41 now for Nakamura.
I think ideally, if you'd like, as a pitcher, you like to try to keep your pitch count per inning in about the 10 to 15 range. What that's telling us, it's more like about 20 for him. And then Lewis over 30 pitches in his first inning of work. Because of the limited number of innings that he worked on Wednesday, he's fully available for the Mustangs. But obviously, too many more innings like he had in the first inning, and
I think
they'd be looking to make a change.
If he does come back out, he's definitely going to be on a pretty short leash. Swing and a miss there, and that's going to end the inning for the Mustangs as Pedersen goes down swinging, and the Mustangs not able to put any more runs up. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. It's Portland 3, Medford 1. You're listening to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Championships on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Back on Table Rock Sports. Bottom of the second inning. Portland comes back to the plate. And we're going to be back to the top of the order here in the second inning. 1, 2, 3 coming to the plate. Traeger will step into the batter's box and take a first pitch strike from Lewis. So Portland was able to put up 3 in the first. This is a spot now where either Lewis is going to struggle a little bit or he's really going to turn it on. And if he turns it on, we will probably see him out there for some innings more because when it's on, it's on. And there's a hit by pitch, and that's not a good sign.
That is the fourth batter that has been hit in tonight's contest. And Typically, if you're having a decent outing, you're going to keep it down around 1 or 2 hit batsmen. But a rough go of it for this evening. I was, if you're a Mustangs fan, you had to be encouraged with how he looked getting that first pitch strike, but as he does here.
Hemsley at the plate.
Hemsley has been hitting at a very good clip in this tournament, and now the runner's going to take off.
Got him.
Well, crime doesn't pay for the Barbers.
And Douglas is not a guy where you should feel comfortable going into second standing up. He's got a quick release and a very strong arm, and you should be sliding 100% of the time against him, because if you do something like that, you're probably going to be out 100% of the time.
Right. Well, and that is one area where the Mustangs are strong in terms of their catching depth.
Here's a ground ball to McFall. Makes a good play. A throw over to Patro in time, and 2 away.
The Mustangs, well, you got Douglas as their starter. A guy that we've seen start a lot at catcher has been Brady Patterson. Patterson's a guy with a good arm. And then Tucker Maben, their third string catcher out of Cascade Christian, was a guy who could do a great job of throwing runners out. Looks like Sickler and, speaking of Maben, are headed down to the Mustangs bullpen. Maybe signaling some things to come. Of course, now here, after he started out 2 hitters in a row with a strike, he's fallen behind here.
Gabriel Coltman working a 3-0 count.
In terms of players in this tournament, Coltman, guys like Cody Ells, those are the guys I really have been keeping my eye on in terms of seeing some impressive hitting.
As the cleanup hitter now, Nakamura comes to the plate, drives one out into left field. Going and making chase is Snowpole. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. No damage done here in the second. Lewis able to not give up a run, and the score remains 3-1 as Medford will come back to the plate in the top of the third inning. And you are listening to the regional tournament, the American Legion Baseball Championships. It's the Northwest Regional here at Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Mustangs trailing by 2 coming to the plate when we return.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning
Brady Patterson will lead things off for the Mustangs here in the top of the third, and he has been one of the bright spots offensively for the Mustangs in this Northwest Regional. Put on quite a show and one of two Mustangs to hit a triple on Wednesday night.
Patterson with the 0-2 count here. Mustangs would love to get the leadoff batter aboard. Not just this inning, but any inning. But when you're trailing, you like to get them on base. Patterson takes a ball high there. The 1-2 pitch from Nakamura is going to miss outside. Strike zone staying consistent. It's a pretty tight one on the corners. As Lewis has thrown quite a few that I thought caught the corner, but it's going both ways. It's got to be there. As Patterson drives that one out of play.
Well, you know that you're going to get some variations. I mean, yeah, in theory, you got your set strike zone. But from umpire to umpire, you'll find that some will give you a certain degree of latitude and others won't. And if you're the pitcher or the hitter, you just adjust.
Yep, and Patterson's going to get drilled with that pitch there from Nakamura, and the leadoff batter aboard. And in a good spot here for the Mustangs, as McFall will come to the plate.
Third baseman, number 18, shot, McFall.
Brady Patterson is a guy that, I don't know, I'm sure probably down by 2, you might be a little less inclined to run. But if it's a thought in John King's mind that you have a player in Patterson who can move around the bases pretty well.
Here's McFall getting on top of the first pitch. Drives one out into center field. And it's now first and second for the Mustangs. And it'll bring to the plate Blake Patro. And a mound visit coming for the Barbers. Nakamura with that last pitch. Now up to 50 here with no outs in the top of the third.
It's interesting as you take a look at the scoreboard that so far in the ball game, we haven't seen necessarily a ton of hitting, but nonetheless a lot of deep pitch counts for both pitchers. You already mentioned Nakamura up to around 50, and Lewis, second inning, went a little more smoothly than the first, but he's got to be right up there in that range. And
4 runs in the ball game on 2 hits. Tells you that pitching hasn't been at its best so far.
And here's a guy, if you're a Mustang fan, that you love to have in a situation like this.
Yeah.
Patro trying to lay down the bunt, not able to get a hold of it and get it down fair. 0-1 to him now. Patterson at second, McFall on over at first. And this one popped up, and it's going to be into the bleachers. Out of play.
You can see that Nakamura has done a good job of really kind of throwing off the timing of the Mustang hitters, that he's got them swinging and not necessarily getting the ideal contact on the ball.
0-2 now. Breaking ball. Gets to the first baseman, Foglio. They'll try to turn 2, and they do. The Barbers get the all-important double play there.
Number 12, Easton Douglas.
And they go from having no outs and runners on first and second to 2 with Patterson on over at third. Easton Douglas, the left-hander, catcher for Medford, into the batter's box, drives one out into center field. And it's going to hold up enough for Andrew Ha to come in and make the play. And the Mustangs will leave a runner stranded. They had an opportunity. They were knocking on the door, but no one wanted to come and open it up for them. They're going to have to bust through it on their own as they trail by 2. And Portland coming back to the plate here in the bottom of the third when we return. Back with more coverage of the Northwest Regional Legion Baseball Tournament on TableRockSports.net when we return.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Barbers in the bottom of the third, leading off with the third baseman, number 23, Cal Gradwell.
Back here on Table Rock Sports. Bottom of the third inning. The Barbers come back to the plate. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up for Portland. Gradwell, Foglio, and Ha. Lewis back working on the mound here in the third. 46 pitches now. Make it 47 as he delivers the 0-2 upstairs for a ball. The 1-2 from Lewis. Swung on, driven out into left field. That ball holds up, tailing into the glove of Snopel. And there's one away.
Waiting there for the catch, just like he anticipated it.
Lewis catching the outside part of the plate there for a strike. To the 6-hitter, Ben Foglio. Foglio back up the middle into the glove of Lewis.
Nice reflexes.
He'll make the out with the flip to Patro.
Well, you look at how things have changed over the course of this game. 32 pitches for Lewis in the first inning, 12 in the second. And here he's already got 2 quick outs. So you're talking about him sometimes getting off to a slow start and getting better as the game progresses. And
yeah, he typically, if he does have that slow start, he will get better as the game progresses. It's almost assured. I've hardly seen him go out there and really just have a tough time on the mound. It does happen, but it's more rare than not. And it looks like he's settling in a little bit. And he could, for as long as they let him go out there, he could keep this with only giving up 3 runs. The way that he throws and the way that he's able to compose himself, he's just going to need to get that run support from his team, which has been something that's been tough to come by for the Mustangs.
Well, you look at it, and this is just one of those weird games, at least so far. The Barbers only one hit, but Lewis has hit 4 batters and has 3 walks.
And the count is run here full. 3-2 now to Andrew Ha. And Ha will draw the walk.
And that's the 4th of the game for Lewis.
4 walks, 4 hit batters.
Catcher, number 4, Nolan Poglio. That's the same thing as 8 walks. Yeah.
So Ha on over at first. The catcher Foglio will come to the plate.
8 walks and 2 2/3.
No.
I remember I want to say it was a game against Roseburg earlier in the summer. Grady Sickler started a game and had a little bit of trouble hitting batters. Fortunately, if you're a Mustangs fan, the good news on that game was the Mustangs emerged with a 9-7 victory in that game.
No balls and a strike to Foglio. He'll take upstairs, even things up. Wind blowing in out of left field back towards home plate. You'll see if the camera pans from time to time, it'll shift. It kind of moves around here at Harry and David Field. Pop up here in the infield. Patro making chase. He's underneath it and makes the grab. So 59 pitches for Lewis through 3 complete. And he's got 2 scoreless innings after a shaky first. We'll head to the top of the 4th, see if the Mustangs can deliver some run support for their pitcher. You're listening to Portland Medford here at the Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Tournament on TableRockSports.net. Back here in just a moment.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
I want my change. $3 back, please. Back here on Tibble Rock Sports, top of the 4th inning. Medford coming to the plate, needing to get a few runs here, get Jake Lewis a little support. It'll be Morgan Austin leading things off. He's going to hit a ball back up the middle. 3-hopper, and a good play by Hemsley coming over. He takes it all the way up the middle at second base and comes through and makes a good throw and gets the out over at first.
He's got a very impressive arm. Not only does he have good arm strength there, but also very accurate on his throws. Nice to have a weapon like that as your shortstop if you're a Barbers fan.
So now at the plate will be Mason Snopel, a senior left fielder. Takes there to run the count. 2 balls and no strikes. And a mound visit coming for Nakamura. That was pitch number 57.
And of course, for Nakamura, this is his first outing in this tournament. So he's sitting in a situation where, let me see here, with today's outing, it being a Friday, his last outing was at state tournament on a Monday. So he's sitting good, at least in terms of the amount of pitches he has left to burn. This is probably one of those situations where maybe coach seeing something in a hitch in the delivery or something like that. For Nakamura, you'll see him play right field when he's not pitching.
Snopel into the box, takes breaking ball well inside. 3-0 count now. Down by 2. Pretty sure the red light is going to be on here. It was. Snopel taking all day. Takes a strike on the outer third part of the plate.
Nakamura so far in the ball game with two walks and a hit batsman.
And that one's going to miss outside for ball 4.
For Snopel, that will be his 18th walk of the season. And again, another one of those selective, smart hitters that now 18 walks and just 13 strikeouts on the season. And now you've got the potential tying run at the plate.
Freddie Sickler, the junior. He'll take ball 1. Ball gets away from the catcher, Foglio. Foglio looks like he just didn't react quite in time to that ball. Let it go off the top of the mitt. It gets by. One he probably should have snagged there. And now Medford with a runner in scoring position.
Maybe an indication there that Coach King looking to play a little small ball. Yes, Sickler shows bunt.
1-1 count now. Nakamura comes set. Snopel at second. Pitch it comes in upstairs high for ball 2.
So the Mustangs starting to work some deeper pitch counts against Nakamura. Maybe try to wear him down, wear him out.
The 2-1 popped up. Third baseman Gradwall making chase towards the Medford dugout. It's going to get into the dugout. No chance at a play there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of help from the Mustang dugout on that one.
And nobody moved over there for him.
No.
He said, you're going to have to jump over us if you're going to want to make a play on that. And you know what? Gradwall over there at third base is probably one of the taller players in the tournament. He could reach in there quite a ways and try and pull one back. 2-2 now the count for Sickler. And he'll take outside for a ball. So the count runs full now. With one away and a runner in scoring position for Medford. Nakamura will come set. Here's the payoff pitch. Hits down and away outside. And a terrific at-bat by Sickler. He draws the walk. He'll head on down to first. And Keegan Painter will come to the plate. And Nakamura now at 66 in the ball game.
Well, now this is a situation where you're grateful to have Keegan as your number 9 hitter, because now you got a situation where, you've got a guy with good speed, so it's a double play is not going to be easy if he hits one on the ground and it stays in the infield. But he'll also be a guy that, with the way Nakamura is struggling at the moment, that he will be that selective hitter that is going to make the right-hander pitch to him.
They're going to make you work, and if he sees something he likes, he's going to put it in play, hopefully somewhere in the outfield here. Good speed in Snowpole out at second base. They're going to try to back pick over there at second, not anywhere near close. And they're playing in a little bit in left field here on Painter. And definitely off the line a ways. I'd like to see him get a hold of one and pull it hard down the line here. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 2.
And Painter, a guy who can drive in runs with 28 RBIs on the year. That puts him at about 5th on the team. So, and then as far as extra base hits go, he has 3 doubles on the year.
Shows bunt, and he'll take the strike there as he doesn't get it laid down. Two-one now to Painter. Nakamura delivers. Painter lays it down. It's a good bunt. He's going to beat it out. He's going to be safe. A terrific job by Keegan Painter. A beautiful bunt down the third base line, and with his speed, he's able to beat it out down to first base. And the Mustangs have the bases loaded with 1 away. Back to the top of the order in Cade Pedersen.
I tell you what an incredible. There's such an art to laying down a good bunt like that, because it's not like you just stick the bat out there, but you just try to hit it in such a way that you try to deaden it a little bit, and that's what he did right there. I mean, it was right there in no man's land.
He did a good job. It's letting that bottom hand do its job and kind of release gently. And he did a great job getting it down the third baseline. And a gutsy call by Coach King there with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Because if that isn't successful, you have second and third, and a base hit could score 2, but you also have 2 away. Here's a 1-hopper. It's going to get foul into the glove of Foglio.
Well, I know that there was some discussion looking at the Rogue Valley Times article that came out this morning. Last night, you remember that McFall got as far as third base on an error. And then with an out, he had Douglas King did up at the plate, tried to lay down the bunt, and that didn't work out. And King was kind of like, he said, well, maybe I should have let Douglas hit, and, you kind of second-guess yourself a little bit. But in this situation, you talk about something that makes a coach look like a genius.
It's that right there.
Great call.
And luckily with the Douglas bunt that went up in the air and was able to be caught, it wasn't much of a difference maker in the ball game.
No.
Didn't hurt him too much. But yeah, as a coach, sometimes you get home and you wonder about things. And here's a base hit down the right field line. It's going to score 2. And we got ourselves a ball game. 3-3 on the stand-up double from Cade Pedersen.
Well, I tell you what.
Patterson mix-up, they're next to each other in the outfield. They're next to each other in the lineup.
Well, you got Patterson, and Patro. I think you could write a good song about that. But there, you were waiting for that moment, for Pedersen to have his moment. And he just had it right there.
Yep, his first hit of the tournament, and none bigger than that one right there. Ties this ball game up at 3. And the Mustangs still in a good position here with Painter over at third and Pedersen over at second. And Patterson now at the plate. They're going to pick off Painter over at third. Nakamura with a good pickoff move there.
Oh, disappointment there for the Mustangs. Because now you still have the go-ahead run out there on the base paths. But they get him dead to rights there.
That one hurts because a ground ball could have scored him from third. And if they make the play, there's still only 2 outs.
Oh, is that Painter? Yeah. That's Painter for you.
Here's a pop fly. It's down the left field line, tailing way fouling out of play.
Looks like that one ended up landing down in the Mustangs bullpen. Looks like we got a couple of youngsters roaming around down there. Maybe a couple of future Mustangs.
1-1 now for Patterson. He'll take outside for a ball. Runs it 2-1. Patterson with a chance to give the Mustangs the lead.
Well, when you talk about moments, Patterson has been one of those guys that has had his share in the state and regional tournament.
Patterson takes a strike there. Evens the count. 2-2 with 2 away. Runner on second. And this next pitch will be the 79th of the ball game. 2-2 down. Gets away from the catcher Foglio. And Pedersen down to third.
So an opportunity. And, of course, you talk about those pressure situations that a pitcher lives for. Nakamura has it right here.
Talk about the out with Painter over at third base. He scores on that ball right there if he's not getting picked off. Now 3-2 for Patterson. And a swing and a miss on a pitch that was inside. But the Mustangs, some run support for Mr. Lewis as the ball game is now tied 3-3 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. And the Mustangs with some life in them after all.
C1-2.
Back on Table Rock Sports here in just a moment with Portland coming to the plate. And things tied up.
C123 right now at Abby's. Abby's BLT celebration is on. 1. Grab a large for under $20. 2. Go giant and get 50% more pizza. 3. Sauce it up with our new signature sauces. Now that's legendary. Our BLT pizza is loaded with 2 kinds of bacon, fresh lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and real cheese, all on our hand-rolled dough. Celebrate birthdays, graduations, and sports parties for less with our BLT. It's as easy as ABC. Order now at abbys.com.
Prices at the pump are up. But at Lippert's, prices are at record lows, and we're giving you something extra this summer. Waterproof click flooring, just $1.99 a square foot. Designer tile, $2.99. Carpet, an amazing 99 cents. And you get a free gas card with flooring purchase. That's right, a free gas card with your flooring purchase. Time to pump up the savings on your next project at Lippert's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
Back to the action on Table Rock Sports. 9-1-2 coming to the plate in the fourth for Portland. Cooper Berta leading things off. Jake Lewis with that pitch. It's number 61. As Douglas checks down to the first base umpire, he says that Berta did go. Makes it a 2-1 count now. Lewis delivers the 2-1 and a swing and a miss, and we're now even 2-2.
You notice with Lewis, he doesn't mess around out on the hill between pitches. Yeah, and I think if you're a fielder, you like that. I know if I'm playing behind a guy and he's kind of taking his time, let's just say for a guy like myself who has attention issues, that it's like, oh, there he goes. But this guy keeps you engaged.
You see it a little bit with Nakamura and the Portland team. He takes a little bit longer up there, and you can see some of his teammates out there in the outfield and stuff. They get a little antsy. I've seen some hands in the pockets, and you don't get a whole lot of time with Lewis on the mound to do any of that. The 3-2, right into the glove of McFall, and there's one away.
Second baseman, number 7, Jaden Traeger.
Here's a guy who's been a nemesis for the opposition all through the regional, state tournament. Now it looks like he and Coach Duran gonna have a little conversation about what's coming up.
Lewis, 66 pitches now. Has one away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the leadoff hitter coming to the box. Top of the order now. We'll see Lewis for the 3rd time in this ball game. First pitch strike from Lewis.
Well, that's one of the things you're seeing more of down the stretch. Lewis with those first pitch strikes. It always just feels so much better when you don't feel like you're chasing the game.
And there's a ground ball. It's to McFall. He'll throw to first in time. And there's 2 away. Especially at the pre-high school, high school level, if you get that first pitch strike, you're more likely to get an out by a very large. It's a big differential, let's say, between not getting the first pitch strike and getting that first pitch strike. I think my son had like a 30% differential this season. He's a youngster, playing at the 10 and 11U level, but he gets that first pitch strike, he's getting a strikeout or an out almost 30% more of the time. And it's a high differential even at this level here as well.
Right. No, it's interesting when you start to see the breakdowns on how hitters hit on various pitch counts. And, you don't find a ton of guys that are going to be great hitters with an 0-2 or a 1-2 count, that their potential to get aboard goes up exponentially if they're like at a 3-1 count or it's a deeper count.
Hemsley takes a ball, now has a 2-2 count here. Lewis with an opportunity to get out of this inning with no harm and not very many pitches. They're going to say that Hemsley did not go on that one.
Still crazy me to think that here the Barbers sit with 3 runs in the game, but just 1 hit.
And Hemsley will draw the walk there on pitch 75 from Lewis. So Lewis down to about an inning and a half or 2 innings of pitches left in him, depending on how things go. He could work into the 5th, 6th inning the way things have gone the last couple.
For Lewis, that's his 5th walk of the game. So when you throw into that mix the 4 hit batters, and there's where you see where the Barbers have gotten their run production from.
feel like if he keeps putting up zeros on the scoreboard, though, you give him every last pitch he's got left in him. As he runs an 0-2 count here to Coltman.
Well, here we see it right here. Perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the Barbers order. And sitting on an 0-2, I like that a lot more than if it's 2-1.
Coltman hitting .333 here in regionals. Outside on the 0-2 pitch.
Oh, he can tag a baseball. Against Hillsdale, he put one over the fences. And when he hasn't hit him over, he's hit him close, too.
1-2, in and out of the glove of Douglas. Evens things up 2-2 here. Lewis looking to have another scoreless inning. Has a 2-2 count here now to Gabriel Coltman, the only graduated player on this Portland team. Here's the pitch outside for a ball.
So a little fun fact. Joseph, did you know that there's a Denver, North Carolina?
Did not.
We've got somebody watching down the way in Denver, North Carolina.
And Lewis on the outer part of the plate with the strike. It's a called strike 3. And the Mustangs will come back up to the plate in the 5th. 3-3 ball game. Let's see if the Mustangs got some more juice in them here. And a little bit more run support for Lewis. And yeah, the Mustangs, they're battling back after a rough start to the ball game. They're playing Portland tough, a team they have not beat yet. We're going to keep it right here, and we're going to let you know, as we missed a few of these in this one so far, that it is our sponsors who make it possible to bring you our sports coverage here on Table Rock Sports. We'd like to thank General Manager Justin Lombardi and our title sponsor, again in 2026, the Lithia Superstore on Highway 62, your home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles and trucks. And before or after the game is a great time to visit a Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite treat. Dutch Bros supports the communities that support them. And for over 30 years, there's been no better place after the game than Abby's Pizza. Make new memories at Abby's. And the Medford Mustangs are sponsored by none other than Rogue Credit Union. They are proud to sponsor the Medford Mustangs again this summer, and also with the Medford School District each year to bring you the touchdown, 3-point field goal, and strikeout clubs, which raise money for North and South Medford athletics.
Well, it's been a very interesting ball game, Joseph. We've, the Mustangs, who had, had their struggles hitting the ball last night. Faring a little bit better here today. Some timely hitting, in particular, Cade Pedersen. And, again, Portland living off of some of the wildness and trouble that Lewis had early in the game to stake them to that 3-3 tie.
3-4-5, 2 up for Medford. Starting here with Sean McFall. Nakamura still out there. That's it. Pitch number 81 here in the ball game. And a breaking ball in for a strike to even up the count.
He has a very interesting stance. You don't see a whole lot of guys that just have that upright approach to it, and then he holds his hands a little bit further forward than you see from a lot of hitters. A lot of guys are really cocked back, but it's almost like it would be interesting to watch as he swings if it isn't like a loading mechanism.
Yeah, he doesn't really get a whole lot of separation in the hands. A lot of hitters, you want to get those hands back, kind of create that separation as you load and the hips start moving first, his hands kind of just go up a little bit, kind of settle into position, and then he fires from there. It's a way that a certain place here in the Valley has taught some kids to hit. It works for some. It doesn't work for many. It definitely is a tough way to swing the bat, but it definitely works for McFall. He's always been a terrific hitter throughout his entire life.
And he'll be headed off to Lassen College. He did some wrestling, too, at Eagle Point.
He's a pretty darn good wrestler.
And you might say, in a sense, he wrestled his way aboard for drawing a walk.
Another inning, leadoff runner is aboard. See if the Mustangs can do something with it. As B.G. Gould came over and told us after the Mustangs' last at-bat, they have had they've left 5 runners on base through 4 complete innings, 3 in scoring position. They're 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position so far in the ball game.
And this will be interesting. And one of the things that I think is a real strength for this Barbers squad is keeping in mind the number of guys that they can turn to from their bullpen. We've seen a lot of Johnny King in relief. Also, he did, though, take a turn as a starter here at the regional tournament. But not only do you have King that Coach Durant can come to out of the bullpen, also another guy that you might see a fair amount of coming in late in games is guys like Ryan Fry or even Grayson Rose. Rose had a start in the state tournament.
Nakamura left out there on the mound. Coach having faith in his starting pitcher. Pitch 87 there, outside for a ball. Patro drives this one up and out of play. McFall on over at first. He's a guy who could take off. It's a good breaking ball by Nakamura. He's got good break to that thing. Looks like it's really going to stay inside. It's got a late break back across the plate. Patro fouling that one off. Keeps the at-bat alive, and the count remains 1-2.
Games like this are what really teach you in terms of pitching, the art of it. That it's more than just getting out there and throwing it hard, but it's that idea of changing speeds and doing different things with your delivery that achieve different effects.
I'll check on McFall over at first. Not the best pickoff by Nakamura into the dirt, but a good job by Foglio to scoop it up.
And McFall, with his speed, a guy that you got to keep your eye on.
That pitch outside. Count runs even, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch in the dirt. McFall will get back safely to first base, and another deep at-bat here for the Mustangs. 3-2, and Patro has already fouled off a couple. I think this might be pitch 7 or 8 here in the at-bat. And a swing and a miss from Patro on a pitch that was close to the top of the zone.
Number 12, Easton.
Well, an observation, one of the things that you notice, it seems like always, quite often, right-handed hitters tend to be high ball hitters, left-handed hitters tend to be low ball hitters. That one, he obviously thought he had something that he could do something with, but it didn't work out for him.
So one away here in the 5th. Nakamura delivers to Douglas, and he pulls that one foul, way out in front of it.
Douglas 1 for 2 on the night with an RBI.
Douglas calling for time, wanted to come over and have a chat with Coach King here after fouling that first pitch off. Wonder if he saw something here.
Love to be a fly on the wall in a conversation like that.
Right.
Or maybe a fly on the bill of Coach King's cap.
I'm wondering what Douglas saw. Seems like he saw something, either from Nakamura or the defense. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball out of play by Douglas. Douglas behind 0-2. Runner goes. Ball's hit out into center field. It'll be caught. Throw to first. McFall's going to be able to get back safely. 2 away. Douglas just missing that one from getting it out into the right center gap there. And that'll bring to the plate Morgan Austin.
Austin, a player that had a very productive month of July coming into the tournament. I want to say, I believe at the state tournament, he ended up 8 out of 18 for a 444 average.
He'll take first pitch strike.
He and Snowball, both high school teammates over at Crater High School over in Central Point, where Jay Campbell's had a strong program for quite a number of years.
And he'll take on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Here's the ball back up the middle, off the glove of Hemsley. And it'll be first and second for the Mustangs with 2 away, as Austin gets the base hit.
Yeah, I think that no matter what would have happened there on the play, even if it had been able to get to it, that would have been a pretty difficult play. Not a lot of velocity on the bouncing ball, and I think it would have been a spectacular play if he'd been able to deliver it, but glancing off the glove, as it stands, first and second, it could be worse, a lot worse than it is right now if you're a Barbers fan.
Mason Snopel now to the plate, takes the first pitch outside. Pitch number 100 from Nakamura. I'm going to assume this is probably his last inning of the ball game.
Hey, Tammy.
And a foul ball. Runs the count 0-2. Snopel quickly behind, and we'll have to fight back here.
One of the things you see as you look at the runs batted in for the Mustangs, that it hasn't been just one guy. If you go from Patro all the way down the line, that all of these guys have really good extra base power, and things. Probably also that's also a testament to some of the speed, and there's a fair amount of it right there on the base paths for the Mustangs as things stand right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Snopel.
As a matter of fact, Snopel with 8 extra base hits on the season, 7 doubles and a triple. And he's also tied for the team lead in stolen bases along with Keegan Painter. Both have 14 on the year.
The 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off. And this will be the last batter regardless for Nakamura. Because this next pitch will be number 105. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss by Snopel. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Mustangs in a tie ball game here with Portland 3-3. You're listening to coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional American Legion Baseball Tournament here at Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. Back right after this on Table Rock Sports. Barbers coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning when we return. Back on Table Rock Sports, bottom of the 5th inning. We got a tight one here at Harry and David Field. Portland and Medford going at it, a 3-3 ball game. As Jake Lewis continues to work here in the bottom of the 5th inning. At the plate currently for the Barbers is the cleanup hitter and pitcher, Nakamura. It'll be 4, 5, 6 coming to the plate. Nakamura, Gradwell, and Foglio. Here's a ball taken by Austin. Throw over to Patro is in time. And there's one away.
Once again tonight, the defense doing its job in terms of supporting Jake Lewis. Lewis came into the inning with 81 pitches. So he's got a little more leeway.
Gradwell with the foul ball here. And the count 1-1. That's pitch number 85 for Lewis. And the next one, pitch 86, down the middle for a strike. He's 1-2 to Cal Gradwell. A 1-2 pitch, swing and a bouncing ball back to Lewis. And he's going to make the easy out over at first base. And 2 quick ones for Jake Lewis here in the 5th. And if he gets another quick one here, he's going to have another 15 pitches left in him as he's approaching 90 in the ball game. So he would, if he can get a quick out here, he's going to have the opportunity to possibly go out and pitch into the 6th inning.
And here he starts out once again getting ahead with the 0-1 count. That first pitch strike coming into play.
And that one just missing on the outside. Makes it a 2-1 count. Lewis delivers outside for a ball there. If he gives up the walk here or a base hit, it could be the difference maker on if we see him come out for the 6th inning. That pitch fouled off into the netting, makes it a full count, 3-2.
Well, you think in terms of where he sits now, of all the pitches he's thrown, 32 of them came in the first inning.
And that one outside for a ball. It's a walk to Foglio. And it'll bring to the plate the center fielder, Andrew Ha.
Ha is a dangerous hitter. And not only can he sting the ball pretty good, but also has pretty good speed. We've seen some of that on display as he's played center field.
So ball 1 to Andrew Ha from Jake Lewis. Not a big lead from Foglio over at first. He's not going anywhere. Lewis delivers the next pitch down and in for a ball as well. He's behind Andrew Ha 2-0. Lewis will take a minute. Now Douglas will come out and have a conversation with him. Just settle him down a little bit. Don't want to get into a bad position here and have an opportunity to let the inning get away from you after a couple of quick outs. Lewis now. There was the 2-0, and it's upstairs for a ball. Pitch 96. Well, this is turning out to probably be the last inning of work for Lewis. That one a called strike. Probably right near the top of the zone there.
Well, you know he's going to be taking all the way there on a 3-0 count. It's pretty rare at this level you see somebody will have a 3-0 green light.
And ball 4. Portland now with runners on first and second, 2 away. Wolf going to come out and take the slow walk to the mound. He's going to have a talk with Lewis. They're going to let him finish this out. He's at 97 pitches. I don't think he's coming out of the ball game yet.
He'll have his work cut out for him as Hemsley comes to the plate. Hemsley coming into this game in the tournament, hitting .500, 3 out of 6 so far. And then here in this ball game, looking at Hemsley's performance. Hemsley 0 for 1 with a run scored. So a dangerous situation here as the Barbers try to get back on top. Barbers taking the 3-1 lead in the bottom of the first, but the Mustangs have answered back.
So Jake Lewis remains on the mound here. He's at 98 pitches. This could very well be the last batter of the ball game from him. They'd love to get him to finish the inning and get out of this with 5 complete. He's only given up 1 hit in the ball game. If he didn't have the struggles early on, he could have a terrific performance going because he's been pretty strong through the next 4 innings. Here's a ball up in the air. It's out in the right field. Patterson's making chase. He's down along the line, and he'll make the grab. And another scoreless inning. That's 4 straight scoreless innings for Jake Lewis and the Medford Mustangs. And that's probably going to do it for Jake Lewis. His day probably will be done. And we'll head to the top of the 6th inning with the Mustangs. And a tight one. It's 3-3. And yeah, we'll keep it right here for the time being before Medford comes back to the plate. And give a big Table Rock Sports thank you to Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less here in Southern Oregon for helping us highlight our teams and our student athletes. If you shop at Sherm's, they are going to save you money. And for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home vehicle or business needs. They're locally owned and family run. Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities. There it is. And coverage of the 2026 Northwest Regional Tournament is brought to you by Travel Medford and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission and our legend sponsors, Valley Immediate Care and the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua Tribe of Indians. And a call to the bullpen for the Barbers. Your call to the bullpen today will be brought to you by Twin Creeks Retirement. Discover the vibrant lifestyle at Twin Creeks Retirement in Central Point. Enjoy spacious apartments, gourmet dining, and enriching activities in a welcoming community. Learn more at twincreeksretirement.com. So the Twin Creeks Retirement call to the bullpen, and your new pitcher for the Portland Barbers is going to be Cooper Berta.
Saw him get a little bit of work in during the state tournament, and tonight he's been playing in right field, the spot that Nakamura, and I'm sure that's probably where Ryden is now going to work. But Berta, one of several reliable relievers that Coach Joe Duran can turn to.
Yep, they've got Nakamura out there in right field. No other changes to the defense for Portland. As Medford comes back to the plate, Grady Sickler will be the batter. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Medford.
Sickler scored one of those 3 runs that the Mustangs have put up this evening. He doesn't have a hit, but he has drawn a walk, and that's one area last year, I remember last summer, he went for almost 10 games before drawing his first walk of the season. This year, you can see that he has boosted his on-base percentage by being more selective.
2-1 now to Sickler. Berta delivers. And Sickler will foul it off into the netting for a foul ball. And even the count 2-2. And a pop fly into the infield. Gradwall will call for it. Makes the grab. Leadoff batter is retired for Medford here in the 6th.
Second baseman number 13, Keegan Painter.
Painter ground ball to the shortstop, scooped up by Hemsley. And a good scoop with a bad throw by Foglio. Foglio making the play, and 2 up, 2 down for Medford here in the 6th inning.
You know, you talk to people, and they don't think of playing first base as being all that challenging a position, but I think when you've got a good first baseman like what you saw there with Foglio, that ability to field and take care of off-target throws, and somebody who can play the lines well and make smart plays, I think a good first baseman is worth his weight in gold.
Here's a pop fly. It's going to get out of play by Pedersen. And Pedersen taking high. Count now 1-2. Berta comes set, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Patience from Pedersen, evening the count up.
Where's Pedersen with the big hit of the ninth? Driving home a pair of runs on a double.
The 2-2 and a foul ball. Pedersen to see another 2-2. Breaking ball, and it's going to just miss. The payoff pitch, and it hits him.
Ooh, that hurt.
You could hear the thud on that one there. Pedersen goes down. And Pedersen appears to be in some pain as Coach King comes out to talk to his player. He's going to continue walking on down to first base. Hopefully everything will be okay. A big part of this Mustangs team. He's going to take off his gear. He looks like he's going to stay in the ball game.
Hopefully it's one of those deals where it stings like heck for a few minutes and then you get a chance to work it out and you're okay.
Coach will come out for Portland. He's going to have a talk with Mr. Berta out there on the mound. He's going to call the infield in. That's going to give Pedersen another moment to relax. And we'll step away. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
Days, we all have them. You get up and just want to lay back down. In pain or not feeling your best and just want to get back to normal life now. Valley Immediate Care has been getting Rogue Valley residents back on their feet since 1999. Our convenient online check-in allows you to stay at home or work instead of hours in a waiting room. Along with our caring staff, on-site lab and x-ray services, we quickly get you what you need when you need it. Open 7 days a week. Valley Immediate Care. We're here when you need us.
Back to the action. It is Pedersen over at first base. He's aboard with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Brady Patterson now at the plate. Patterson will take the first pitch down for a ball. Patterson will foul off the next offering out of play.
Patterson 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. But he's got the potential go-ahead run over at first base.
Berta delivers the 1-1 right down the pipe for a strike.
Throughout the early part of the campaign, Patterson was down on the about mid-200s, but in recent weeks, especially the last couple of weeks, He's well up over 300.
And a swing and a miss from Patterson. That'll do it for the 6th inning for the Mustangs. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. It's a 3-3 ball game. Portland due up when we return. Back right after this on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Back on Table Rock Sports. Jake Lewis out there to start the 6th inning. We'll only have a few pitches left in him. See if we can get a quick out and maybe be able to see another batter here. Next pitch in there for a ball. 2-0 count now to the new pitcher, Cooper Berta. 3-0. That one a called strike. And a 3-1 count here. And a foul ball runs the count full 3-2.
I think that might be Sickler warming up down there.
Another 3-2 pitch here. This will be pitch number 106 or 107. And it's a strikeout to end the day for Jake Lewis. Now, through the struggles that he's had, he's walked 7, he's hit 4. He gave up 3 in the first, but he's gone 4 1/3 scoreless innings since then of one-hit baseball. A mixed bag for Jake Lewis today, but he gets the job done. He comes out. That's a quality start. Regardless of what you've done, you've only given up those 3 runs. You've put your team in a position to be able to go out there and win the ball game. And now we'll see what.
So with the changes now, it looks like we're going to have Morgan Austin on the hill, and that'll put McFall at shortstop. And then Mason Snopel moves in from left field to play third. And then Freeman Roundtree will go ahead and be inserted into the game to play left field. Morgan Austin saw action on Wednesday night. Also had a couple of appearances during the state tournament. Out of Crater High School. He's getting his warm-ups in, and Lewis has done a nice job of setting the table for him. As Joseph mentioned earlier, I would say I've described it as a gutsy performance. You know, anybody can pitch well when they've got all their good stuff and they're locating the ball and so forth. But how about those nights when you have some hits and misses along the way, and you still manage to grind it out to after a tough first inning, keep the opposition off the board.
They can't all be perfect outings every time, but you really have to credit Jake Lewis. That game could have really got away from him in a hurry. He gave up the 3 runs. He came out in the second inning and he hit the leadoff batter in the second inning. You thought maybe this is going to go downhill for him. Maybe it's just not his day. And action early in the bullpen for the Mustangs, and he really just kept his composure and kept battling through, and gives up only the 1 hit, 3 runs in the first inning, and puts his team in a good position to go out there and win the ball game. Painter with the second out as he gets underneath that pop-up from the leadoff hitter Triggeser.
No, I think in terms of a stat line, and this will be a no decision for Lewis, that the book is closed on him for this evening. It won't go down as a pretty performance, but again, just
And here's a ball out into the outfield with 2 outs. It's going to be a stand-up double for Hemsley.
And that's just the second hit of the game for the Barbers.
And I wonder what Portland is thinking here. They played a tough game against Medford the last time they played. They went into extras. Lewis pitched and started. He goes 8 innings. Austin comes in behind him and gives up a couple of runs to Portland. I wonder maybe if Portland's feeling a little good about the decision the Mustangs made to bring Austin right back in the same situation in a tight ball game. They're going to put Coltman on. Will intentionally walk him so that they can get to Nakamura, who's not having the best day so far today. He's 0 for 2.
Well, I think it was a wide decision. Ordinarily, I'm not the biggest fan of intentional walks. Never liked the idea of giving the opposition an extra base runner. However, with the way that, and as dangerous as Coltman is, the idea of putting him on down at first, I think probably if I'm Coach King, I like my chances in this situation, but we know Nakamura, who's had an outstanding career at Ridgeview High School, is not to be trifled with. That Austin will want to be smart with his pitches here and get his team out of the inning.
Here's a pop fly. Making chases Patro. It's going to get into the berm, over the berm, and out of play into the overflow parking here at Harry and David Field. And Austin ahead 0-2 to Nakamura. We're going to have ourselves a 9 o'clock start time for our late one tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be, but, this time of year I can't think of any place I'd rather be. Down at the ballpark in Hawaii and Lewiston, Idaho, coached by Medford's own Micah Brown. That'll be a fun matchup to watch.
Here goes the runner. The throw to third. It's not in time. It's a stolen base for Hemsley. And now it's first and third. Runners on the corners.
One thing that's good about Austin as a pitcher is that he's not a guy who walks hitters. I mean, he averages 1 walk per 7 innings. So he's a guy that will throw strikes for you. And right now, the count's in his favor. Just needs to get 1 more if you're a Mustang fan.
And here's a hard hit ball out into left field, making chases Roundtree. He catches it down along the line in the dirt, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the 6th inning. We head to the top of the 7th. Mustangs looking to strike and take the lead. It's been a interesting ball game so far. They played into extras the last time these two teams met. Why not do it again here tonight? The Mustangs would like to say otherwise, though, and just get the job done here in the 7th. You're listening on TableRockSports.net. Medford come to the plate when we return.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back on Table Rock Sports, top of the 7th in a 3-3 tie ball game, and the heart of the order coming up for the Mustangs. 3, 4, 5 coming to the plate. McFall, Patro, and Douglas looking to strike here in the 7th and reclaim the lead and put the pressure on Portland. First pitch in for a strike to McFall. Next one in there as well, and he's behind 0-2.
Well, once again, you can see the advantage gained by throwing strikes early in the count.
McFall, hard hit ball. It gets in between the 5-6 hole, and it's a leadoff single for the Mustangs. Somebody's regional tournament will stay alive. The winner of this game will play the winner of our nightcap in Hawaii or Idaho.
That's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Right? Game 13.
Yes.
Is it game 13 here? Pairings for games 12 and 13 will not match previous opponents unless absolutely necessary. So it could end up being that... Oh, this is the Western. Where's ours at? It's around here somewhere.
And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter in the game, that Ryan McFall's coming in.
It'd still be the same situation here in our bracket. Medford, if they win, would play the winner of Honolulu or Lewiston. I'm not sure exactly how it would work out. Maybe the winner of earlier game switches up to the top and Medford goes down low, so that they don't play Hawaii for the second time in the tournament. Because if you have a way to prevent that from happening, they will do that, because they don't want to pair you against the team you've already played unless ultimately necessary. I'm curious how that would work out.
Well, we'll see what happens. And I think with McFall here, if I'm reading between the lines, what they're wanting to do here to bring McFall in is he represents greater speed, and I think also somebody who can lay down a bunt.
Infield's coming in. He shows bunt. He lays it down. They're going to get it over to first, but the He's under. He's under. Nope.
No, that's wrong.
And McFall is out at second.
I don't know about that. Looked like to me he got in under it. But that's where you gotta be careful about.
You just gotta stop in scoring position. They're gonna have a chat here.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with there. It'd be too late to get a replay on that right now, but
we can't.
Looked like he
one.
got in underneath on that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they got the tag down. Looks like here.
You think so?
Looks like here on the replay they get the tag down. I know we don't have it for everybody there, but we can take another look at it.
So we're watching it right now, and
There's
it looks
the
like
play. Ooh, that was really close.
Well, my vote doesn't count, and yeah, I think after you showed that, it was that's a tough call and tough play. The men in blue make the call, and I watch. But that a tough one there because, McFall, you see him, and he's thinking maybe he'll take a shot at third depending on what happens. He just got himself just hung up, leaning the wrong way.
There's a ground ball. Douglas slips coming out of the box, and 3 up, 3 down for Medford. Well, not.
He faces the minimum.
He faces the minimum. There we go. And Portland will come to the plate with a chance to win the ball game in the bottom of the 7th when we return.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
So back here at Harry and David Field, we're going to the bottom of the 7th after McFall had laid down that bunt in place of Patro. Now it's Dominic Daffron. We don't see him in the field too much, and usually when we do, he's at second, but he's at first base in relief of Patro.
And Daffron goes over to first. Kind of gets messed up a little bit with the pinch hit situation. Austin still working on the mound. First pitch outside to Gradwall. It's going to be the 5-6-7 coming to the plate for Portland. Gradwall, Foglio, and Ha. Here's a ground ball. It's back up the middle, and it's a leadoff base hit for Portland.
So if you're the Barbers, that's just exactly what you want right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get a guy on, nobody out. I would imagine with the success that Douglas has had throwing unless they just feel like that they can steal on Austin, that they're far less likely to try to get aggressive and try to steal a base here.
That ball going to get away from Douglas. So with no outs, Portland now has a runner in scoring position in Gradwall. Foglio with a chance to win the ball game.
This game going right down to the wire, and if you're a Barbers fan, you got to be happy with what you see here.
They're going to put Foglio on at first, and now it's going to be Andrew Ha coming to the plate.
Intentional walk issued to Foglio. At the plate for the Barbers, center fielder, number 6, Andrew Ha.
I get it there with Foglio's power, and being a left-handed hitter, he would have the advantage on the right-handed pitcher, Austin.
And you want the ground ball double play in here. Popped up. And a bunt opportunity not laid down by Ha into the glove of Austin. And there's one out. And now we can hope for pitcher's best friend. Maybe a little 6-4-3. Double play, get out of this inning and have new life. Anything but a base hit into the outfield here. We'll take a fly ball. There's a swing and a miss. A fly ball will only give the possibility for the advancement of one bag. Maybe if it's into left field, I don't think we're getting a second to third.
No.
Outfield still playing a little deep here. Here's a ball out into center field. Making chase is Pedersen. He makes the grab.
That was an athletic play there by Pedersen.
And Pedersen keeps the season alive for Medford. I'll tell you what, he almost got up and made a good enough throw that it could have had a chance to get to Gradwall. He was just a little bit slow coming up and making the throw there, but who can blame him? He left it all out there to make the grab and keep the Mustangs' regional hopes alive. They're one out away from sending this game into extra innings with runners on the corners for Portland. It's Foglio at first, Gradwall at third.
Well, you have a situation where you have a left-handed throwing, so his glove hand is his right hand, and he's going right to get it. Of course, takes a tumble, and he's got a twist as he gets up to make the throw with the left hand. And, yeah, it would have been a heck of a play if it would have happened, but as it is now, the go-ahead run for the Barbers is just 90 feet away, but 2 out. Here again, you got to wonder what the conversation might be between the pitching coach, Brett Wolf, longtime coach over at North Medford High School, and the pitcher, Morgan Austin. So it's pitcher against pitcher here.
Cooper Berta at the plate. Chance to win it for Portland. Runners on the corners. Lays down a squeeze bunt. Here's a throw to first. And they're going to say it's not in time. It's not in time. I don't know about that one.
Okay, it looks like we're going to have conversation among the umpiring crew. And of course, you're taking a look at it there. And
I think they had him.
Yep. But the ultimate decision.
I think they had it on the bang bang. A good stretch there at first base. It was close, but looking at it, oh man, what a tough break.
No. Well, for the Portland Barbers, they move on with the 4-3 victory. Berta laying down that squeeze bunt brings the winning run home. The hometown crowd cheering their team on.
The Tiger Barbers 4 and the Medford Mustangs 3. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The Barbers, they lead 12. And the Mustangs 3 runs, 6 hits. They did not commit an error. And 8 runners were left on base. The time of the ballgame was 2 hours and 23 minutes. Your winning pitcher is Cooper Berta, who also...
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
For first pitch of our second game, please stick around.
Let's see if they give me this here. Well, Medford falls 3-2 here to the Portland Barbers. Their regional tournament comes to an end here tonight. It was an exciting ball game, Jim. It had its ups and downs. Lewis was all over the place to start the game. He really settled in, though, and gave this team an opportunity to go out there and win it. And, man, the breakdown here, Lewis goes 5 1/3, 1 hit baseball, gives up 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, 7 walks, 4 hit batters. Austin comes in. He does a terrific job. I mean, the Mustangs, 6 for 24 at the plate, 3 runs, 3 RBIs, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts as a ball club. And this one literally came down to the wire.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about it after that finish.
Yeah. Well, it's it's a tough way to finish a ball game, but drama is a part of the game, and it went right down to the wire. The Barbers had the Mustangs on the ropes early in the ball game. Medford, valiant effort to get back into the ball game and tie it up, and they've had some opportunities down the stretch and weren't able to get over the top. And meanwhile, the Barbers, and on a very, very close play to end the ball game, end up delivering home the winning run. So for Medford, of course, it ends what has been an excellent season. Coach John King and his staff, his players, can be very proud of the season that they put in, and they reached the end of the line right here as the Barbers advance to play tomorrow, and what a game that will be as they await the winner of tonight's ball game, the nightcap between Lewiston and Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii, a strong team. Lewiston going to have their hands full. Hawaii hitting, what did we see earlier, 600 in the tournament as a team?
Yeah.
It's crazy what they've been able to do. So I'm excited for that one. Got to let this loss go as the hometown crew for the Mustangs. That one kind of stings just a little bit, but a terrific ball game and a terrific season for Medford. We wish all these players the best in their school year and sports ahead as some of our players move on to college ball this next year. We wish them all the best and good luck in the year ahead. Well, we're going to wrap things up here. We're going to get ready for our nightcap, and we'll have Hawaii and Idaho coming up here in about 30 minutes on Table Rock Sports. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching. I'd like to thank our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, on Highway 62 and online at medforddodge.com. And with our cameraman, Mikkel, and with Jim McCoy, I'm Joseph Brett saying thanks for watching, everybody, and good night here from Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. This has been coverage of the 2026 American Legion Regionals in Medford, Oregon.